Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has resumed at the Federal High Court in Abuja. At the day's proceedings, the prosecution called its fourth witness, that's a DSS officer with the alias DDD. In his evidence in chief, he tells the court that Kanu allegedly smuggled in a radio transmitter hidden in home appliances. Mr. DDD tendered before the court a compact disc. The CD was played in court, and the content shows Mr. Kanu inspecting a shipping container which contains home appliances. Another part of the video showed Kanu displaying the transmitter.
All right, Nnamdi Kanu's court hearing resumed today as we all, have been waiting for the court trial of Nnamdi Kanu, in Federal High Court, Abuja. And also, Simon Èkpá Njoko from Finland also continued his case today. And also, that case actually turned out to be a wonderful one for every Biafran. Now, without wasting much of your time, let us go into the full detail of what really happened in court today. Now, according to the indigenous people of Biafran M Branch Intelligence Unit, the report following are the two witnesses allegedly prepared by the Nigerian government to testify against Nnamdi Kanu on 13th, which is today, June 2025, in the ongoing illegal trial and persecution of Nnamdi Kanu, and their names are as follows. Now, another event happened today in court, just like the way it happened in Simon Èkpá's court hearing, where an IPOB witness, a DOS, and also a Biafran came, to witness against Simon Èkpá in Finland. The same thing also happened today. And this witness, they called him Witness DDD, but this time around, their names were actually being reviewed. Now, Mr. Onyebuchi Jude Akam, he is from Ojiegbe in Eza, Ebonyi State. Now, can you imagine somebody from Ebonyi State actually testified against Nnamdi Kanu? But let's still continue. He was a former IPOB member, but later joined the youth movement under the payroll of the then governor of Ebonyi State, Governor Dave Umahi. Now, the second witness against Nnamdi Kanu was Mazi Uchenna Ede. He was the IPOB Northern Coordinator living in Nasarawa State. He is from Udi, local government area, Enugu State. Now, the Nigerian DSS has prepared these individuals in Wawa Barracks, from where they will take them to Federal High Court, Abuja, tomorrow morning to testify against an innocent man, which is Nnamdi Kanu. We are putting the world on notice about the evil plans of the Nigerian government against a man that committed no crime known to the Nigerian and international law. Now, before we round up this whole thing, now it is actually shameful that we have continued to play the tunes of the zoo government, and it is so shameful that Biafrans continue to embarrass themselves, or in the guise of fighting against an innocent man, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Èkpá Njoko. You cannot continue to live this way. These people will use you. At the end, they will dump you. That has actually been their pattern. This is how politics works in Nigeria. This is how the Nigerian government works. Go and mark everybody go and look at the life of everybody that has been used by the Nigerian government. Come back and tell me what their life is now. We've seen most of them were even arrested afterwards because they will set you up. He who betrays his brother cannot be trusted, by an outsider. If you betray your brother just because of you want to gain something, after they finish using you, one thing is for sure: you will not be trusted outside. And this is one thing that people have failed to understand, all in the name of fighting against Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Èkpá Njoko. Now, finally, the worldwide and those in Biafran land should be alert. These two individuals, the people I mentioned their name in the person of Mr. Onyebuchi Jude Akam and Mazi Uchenna Ede. Now, these two individuals are well known and the world should hold the Nigerian government, the former governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, and APC politicians of Igbo extraction responsible for an eventuality that will befall these individuals and their respective families if they venture into this Nigerian government evil against an innocent man. Now, these people were actually exposed even before the court hearing because the information, came out. The information actually came out, and as I'm talking to you, just like as those who rebelled against Simon Ekpa also were exposed, and they are being bashed by loss of Biafran both in diaspora and in Biafran land. This is how these people and their family will also be bashed out, because of their ways of being rebellious in nature. You cannot continue to rebel against a cause that has been blessed already. Now, we will expose their photos and complete names of their villages in the next 24 hours if need be, but we advise these two individuals not to make us do that. The reality is that they've actually done what they feel is needed by coming out to stand against Nnamdi Kanu. It is actually shameful that our people are the ones doing themselves. Now, an information is just coming to us currently concerning Nnamdi Kanu's court trial, as court transfers Nnamdi Kanu's trial to DSS headquarters. Now, let us hear that news before we round up. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the relocation of the ongoing trial of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, to the headquarters of the Department of State Services DSS. Justice James Omotosho gave the directive, citing the need to inspect a shipping container allegedly used to smuggle a radio transmitter into the country. The transmitter is said to have been instrumental in the operation of the Radio Biafra, which Kanu used to broadcast his pro-Biafra message. Kanu, who has been in DSS custody, is standing trial on terrorism-related charges linked to his campaign for the secession of southeastern Nigeria. The trial, previously held at the Federal High Court premises, will now proceed at a DSS facility under heightened security. It has gotten to that level. More and more and more tension continue to unfold in the court trial of Nnamdi Kanu. But the big question is, to what end? What is the authenticity of the so-called evidences against Nnamdi Kanu? That is another question that we should be asking ourselves. Now, also, in the same hands, Mazi Simon Ekpa's court hearing also held today. And talking to you, honestly, I feel that case is a done deal. In as much as we'll be giving more detailed information on the case that has been ongoing for the past 2 to 3 days currently in Finland. A lot of people have witnessed for and against Simon Ekpa, and in all this, the reality is that we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel, because even through what the judge said and through the reactions of the judge, you can see that all these evidences and these so-called witnesses against Simon Ekpa do not have any authentic evidence against him. They are only trying to do what they think they can just to pin him down. And that is why they are finding every possible means or every possible related crime just to hold him down for a while. I told you, earlier today that what they are trying to do is to find the possible crime to hold him so that he will not continue to do the activities of Biafra. Thank you once again for joining us on this wonderful YouTube channel. Do not forget to share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible. God bless you.